Stay tuned for another exciting episode of
The Horror Guys. Yay! See how exciting that was?
That was exciting.
It was, yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Brian.
And we're going to talk about 5 horror movies we saw this week.
5 horror movies.
5.
Just like we do every week.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, brought to you by HorrorMonthly.com, the monthly magazine of horror reviews. There's a bunch of brand new 2025 movies in this month's issue.
They keep pumping out new movies.
There's so many horror movies every month.
Yeah, there are.
Like the golden age of horror.
Uh-huh. Well, we did tap into the golden age of horror for this one.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little
back
bit.
in time.
We got a couple new ones and 3 oldish ones. What do we have?
Yeah.
What do we have?
Well, we're going to start with a brand new football horror film called Him, we recently released, as well as Things Will Be Different from just last year. Will they, though?
Will they, though? Well, that's debatable in this one.
Yeah. Then we'll go way back to 1960 and watch The Circus of Horrors. Horrors.
Yes, careful.
This is not that kind
that.
of movie.
Yeah.
And
well, there is one of those in that, though.
There is.
There
now
is.
That you mention it, yes.
Yeah, but that's not the intent. Yeah.
The Horrors of Horrors.
Yeah.
That should be the name of our podcast.
Wow.
No? Okay.
No.
And as we mentioned last week, Udo Keir, actor, has recently died. So we'll watch 2 of his early breakout hits.
He did so many movies.
Oh, yeah.
So much
I think
stuff.
if you could
He had
buy him
career.
dinner, he'd do a movie for you.
Yeah, I think so.
Flesh of Frankenstein and also Blood for Dracula from the early 70s. They are quite something.
Yep.
There's something all right.
He was an odd fellow, and these are odd movies.
Yes, they
They
are.
were a perfect match.
He's one of those ones, he started out weird, stayed weird, but he seemed to get a little more No, he didn't.
No, not really.
No, not really.
I mean, he was in mainstream movies. He would show up.
And once in a while, he'd be a normal guy.
But a lot of stuff that he did
Mostly
was
just weird.
offbeat. Yeah, a little touched, a little askew. A little, yeah.
Speaking of askew, we've got, starting out with Him, 2025. Directed by Justin Tipping. Written by Skip Bronkie. Kind of name is Skip Bronkie.
Skip Bronkie.
That guy needs to be wearing a football helmet or something, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Zack, Akers, and Justin Tipping. Stars Marlon Wayans, Trip Withers, and Julia Fox. That must have come straight off IMDb. What's the main guy's name? The main actor. Those are not the main stars.
Well, why? Yeah, isn't that them? Marlon is the main guy, the main football guy.
The old football guy. Who's the young football guy?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. I don't have it here in front of me.
I'm looking. This is just not right.
But we were...
Tyriq Withers.
Okay. We were uncertain going into this one because neither of us are football fans. I like to watch the Super Bowl once a year. I enjoy that because it's a big spectacle, and other than that, we're just not into football at all. So we kind of put this one off.
Yeah. It was one of those movies we'd take good money not to watch it.
But
nobody was offering, so we had to do it.
I was pleasantly surprised.
I wasn't.
I did. Okay.
I think it made no damn sense.
Well, I didn't, but that was the point. I don't know. Anyway, I enjoyed it.
Spoiler free.
Well, it's set in an alternate reality where the NFL is the USFF, the United States Football Federation.
Because they did want to pay the licensing.
Yep.
Or they were rejected, whichever.
We start out with little Cam, who has the perfect combination of football obsession at a young age, combined with an athletic physique, capable of being a world-class athlete, and a family that is football obsessed. And as he is groomed to possibly replace a retiring megastar, things get strange and ominous. Or maybe he's just seeing things from stress and head injuries. We don't know. We've all struggled with this, like I said, because we really give no weight or value to football. They take obsession, the extremes required to stay at the top, idolatry, and cult-level fandom to the extreme. we can't fault the acting or the production values, but we didn't enjoy it all that much. I liked it way better than Brian did.
It was well made. It was fine. The acting was good. It looked good.
Effects are all good. Direction, interesting cinematography. They have some
some
really
very
cool
scenes.
shots where they'll be hitting each other, and you'll see them like in thermal vision or as X-ray vision. Interesting things
It
that
does
they
make
would
it
work
interesting,
in.
yeah.
Well,
But it's a football movie.
it is at its heart. Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we open on Cam, a very little boy, watching football on TV. The whole family gets very excited when their team wins. His hero, Isaiah White, gets injured badly, and credits roll. I got a question on this already.
Uh-huh.
At some point, it's very clear that his father was in the military and died in some battle somewhere, right?
I think not.
And
No.
then later on, we hear
No.
that his father was a football player on the same team, I thought.
That was a brother that was lost in the military.
Brother. Oh,
Not his father. That was my understanding.
okay. All we ever see of the brother was a picture on the wall, so I'm not real clear on it.
Yeah. His father was there. Yeah.
All right. 14 years later, old Isaiah is still playing better than ever, but everyone is talking about when he'll finally retire. Maybe another year at best. The now adult Cameron Cade is said to be the next star of the game. During an interview with Cam, he says he wants to be the GOAT.
Greatest of all time.
Thanks for clearing that up for us.
In case you didn't know what that stands for.
It's a horror movie. They might want to be a goat. You never know.
Well, there are some goats in it. So
One night while practicing, something very strange happens to Cam. This huge guy in this Viking-looking outfit comes out onto the... There's nobody there.
He's practicing alone at night on the football field.
He kicks and he
Everybody
hits the goalpost and it vibrates. Then he kicks and he hits the other goalpost and it vibrates like a big tuning fork. And then the football falls to the ground, spinning on end over and over and over. This is very weird. Mm-hmm. And then he's attacked by a giant Viking.
Wonks him on the head and knocks him out. Yeah.
Did that really happen? Was that his imagination? What the heck was that about?
So right off the bat, we're not sure what's real and what's not. Yeah.
Well, we cut to Kim's brain scans, and something's not right with him. He's had a traumatic brain injury and now has a stapled wound on his head. On his return to the game, everyone talks about him surviving the attack. Half the family thinks he isn't ready, and the other half insists there's nothing wrong with him. But he's not fine.
No, he's conflicted
He's still
and
bleeding.
stressed and bleeding. Yeah, I mean the wound is actually fresh, but he gets right back in it.
Yeah, a little soon.
Yeah.
Well, Cam wants to be alone and sullen, so he goes to a big party where he ignores everyone.
Yeah,
I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to see my fans. I don't want to see my family. Let's go to this huge party.
Yeah, where everybody knows him and loves him. Yeah.
Tom, Cam's manager, calls and says that Isaiah White himself wants to train Cam for a week. On the way there, we see how cult-like some sports fans are. They're some scary people.
Yeah.
Cam goes to see Isaiah, who lives in a really cool house. I wasn't sure that was a house or what that was, but it's cool.
It's very cool, yeah.
He's going to put Cam through a special boot camp for football. We then get a training montage that lasts about 2 hours. Cam gets a physical exam, and someone steals his underwear. Cam then meets Elise, Isaiah's wife, who is a power blonde influencer selling jade vaginal eggs, and offers Cam one of their anal jades for men before she heads off for travel. Okay, then.
Yeah, that was quite a way to meet her. Yeah.
Here, have one of these. What do you do with it? Yeah, you shove it.
That's for men. Yeah.
Cam then talks to Marco, the doctor, about blood transfusions and injections.
And right off the bat, they start giving him questionable things, which, adds to the, he's got the stress, the head injury, and now he's got who knows what they're injecting into him. How much of this is real that he's seeing?
On the second day, Isaiah and Cam go for a run in the desert. Cam passes out, and he sees something else that's weird. It's clear now that he's been hallucinating at least some of the stuff we've seen.
But on the other hand, Isaiah seems really odd, too. So, we really are left wondering.
We're not sure, yes.
Yeah.
Marco gives him another special shot, and he's suddenly feeling much better. Then things get weird, and they torture a man to motivate Cam to play harder. They just have this guy stand in front of this football launching machine that shoots him in the face repeatedly.
Yeah, every time Cam doesn't quite perform up to, he's being quarterback, so he's got to throw, and the receiver has to catch.
Every time it's not good enough,
the guy gets whacked in the face.
Then afterward, he sits in a hyperbaric chamber for several hours, where he hallucinates some more.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is kind of it. It's football and hallucinations.
Yeah, weird things happen during this training.
And then we get to the climax, which I'm not going to spoil here. But
no, don't do that.
What the hell was that even?
Yeah, that's quite a ceremony. Yeah.
This is one of those is it real or a hallucination kind of stories that we're kind of sick of. Cam did have a head injury, so all the crazy stuff we see later on is suspect.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect that the filmmaker is trying to show us everything that's wrong with the mindset around sports obsession. Maybe I'm being charitable with that.
I think there was some of that in there. Yeah.
The players are obsessed. The fans are obsessed. There's huge amounts of money involved in everything. There's body horror. There's alterations. There's injections.
And then Isaiah kind of has a God complex because of all
that
of it.
too,
thinking, he's at the top. He's rich. He's powerful. He can do anything he wants and get away with it. There's some of that thrown in there too.
I haven't read any reviews by actual football fans. Everything I've seen is from horror people.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the football people really think of this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think my problem with the concept here is I have no understanding of the screaming, raw passion and obsession with what is ultimately a pointless game. Boy, these guys get excited over, look, I caught a ball.
And this is taken to the max. Yeah.
It really it's not that exaggerated. It's not. With that kind of money involved, they are crazy over this stuff.
Oh, yeah. There's big money in it. It's a big business. Yeah.
The ending was cool and over the top and a lot of fun to watch.
It was.
But it made no sense at all.
It's got a climax, all right.
It's well made. It looks great. And the acting is fine. On the other hand, I couldn't wait until it was over and was bored half to death with it.
Now, see, I liked it more than disliked it. But, yeah, I didn't love it because,
Well, you're the reason we have to watch the football, the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl. It's the same thing.
The Super Bowl every year, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this year, things will be different.
Things will be different.
Or at least it was in 2024 when the movie came out by that name.
Mm-hmm.
Written and directed by Michael Felker, stars Adam David Thompson, Riley Dandy, and Chloe Skokson. Hour and 42 minutes. Trailer in the usual place.
Small cast.
Spoiler free. A pair of siblings go into hiding after a robbery in a farmhouse that has a time travel feature, which they know about going into.
Oh yeah, they know about it right up front.
Things get complicated when what they expect to be a short wait turns into a quagmire of overlaps and time loops. It's well made, but too stretched out, and we both thought it would have been benefited by being compacted down. It's a mystery that unfolds. Neither of us were terribly satisfied or comprehending of the ending.
It's a very surreal kind of ending. And the more I think about the ending...
The whole movie's kind of surreal.
Yeah, the more I think about the ending, the more I like it. But it's still...
I think I understand, sort of.
It's a strange one.
Yeah.
It's one you should see for yourself to see if you like it. Yeah.
It's all right.
I think I would...
It was too long.
I think I would recommend people watch it, though.
Well, how does it start out?
Well, as the credits roll, we hear a phone call between two people planning a hideaway out of town after some kind of robbery. They're brother and sister, and there are big bags of money involved.
We never really do find out who they stole the money from.
That's a little
not part of the story.
A little unclear, yeah. Well, we cut to Joseph and Sidney meeting in a diner. And when they hear a siren passing by, they clear out quickly. They go to the woods, where Joseph knows of a house they can hide in. They arrive at the house and run off some locals who are there target shooting. The house is trashed inside. They go inside and hear the police approaching. But they know a strange combination trick with the grandfather clocks in the house that unlocks a special door. It's almost like making a spell. Like kind of a mix between... It seems very magic, but later there seems to be a technological aspect to it too.
Advanced technology is indistinguishable.
But anyway, it's a closet that's a time closet.
Okay.
Yeah. And inside the closet, I think was that where the phone was?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a book with instructions along with a phone and some magic sounding words. And then when they come out of the closet, it's winter outside. There's no police. The house is all clean and restored. And, he says, Now we can wait for time to pass in our present, and then when we go back, we'll be clear. 2 weeks and counting.
So they're in the past at some point.
Or the future.
And
we
don't really know. Yeah.
They never say. But where they are, and this comes up later, they notice there's no planes overhead. They're surrounded by farms and houses in the distance, that you can see. No signs of any other people and no cars on the road. So it's almost like they are out of time, but they're stuck at the farm. They can't leave either.
Yeah, it's like complicated.
It's almost like they're in a bubble. Yeah. But then it gets more complicated.
Oh, it gets a lot more complicated.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the basic plot is interesting with the odd time travel portrayal, but there's so much waiting and angst that I kind of nodded off at a couple of points.
There's a lot of time just waiting, killing time. Yeah.
There's only a cast of 2 for the most part, and they do a fine job.
Yeah.
The setting also works well. Still, I thought it felt like a 15-minute short film with a ton of padding.
Or maybe half hour, 45 minutes, certainly less than this runtime.
Yeah, and it was not very long to begin with, was it? Oh, yeah, it was an hour and 42 minutes. Mm-hmm. That was excessive.
It was. There's a lot of downtime, it felt like.
Yeah, it's all very strange, and it's not very clear at the end. The more I thought about it, the more I think I understood it, but there's parts of it I still don't.
And watching it again would probably make things clearer, but, should we have to do that?
That's not one of the requirements of a good movie.
Yeah.
Let's watch it again.
I wouldn't say I loved it, but I didn't dislike it.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Circus of Horrors from way back in 1960. Directed by Sidney Hayers, written by George Baxt. Stars Anton Diffring, Erika Remberg, and Yvonne Monlauer. Hour and 28 minutes. You notice we don't do movies from the 1930s anymore.
Yeah.
I think we've run out. We've done them all.
We used them all, at least all the good ones. And this poster, there is so much going on in this poster because it's a circus performance going on.
Uh-huh.
And there's multiple acts and tigers and lions and some ominous guy in the shadows. And very cool poster.
Movie posters are usually pretty cool.
So a little spoiler-free, plastic surgeon on the run after a surgery gone bad changes his own face and goes on the run with a couple sidekicks. When they take over a circus as a hiding place with new identities, we continue to see what a bad guy the surgeon is, but he's running a circus now. The horror elements are really low-key. It's much more like a crime drama thriller. But it's really well made, and we both thought it was entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, we got the crazy plastic surgeon that we're introduced to in the beginning, so I thought it was going to be like a mad scientist film.
No, not at all.
No,
he's kind of mad.
He's just crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we're in England, 1947, and a woman screams as she smashes the mirrors in her room. 2 men in a car talk about one of their fiancés has gone missing, probably to the cottage after plastic surgery, which is where they're headed. Dr. Rossiter may have experimented on Evelyn. The men break inside as the woman yells, "Rossiter!" and giggles insanely over her badly mangled face.
And Rossiter says, later, it was her fault. She panicked and took the bandages off too soon. And,
yeah, I think there's more to it than that.
I think there's more to it than that. He did screw up, yeah.
Next, we see Dr. Rossiter run down some men on the road who have set up a police blockade, and then he goes over the cliff. At another cottage, Martin opens a door, and a badly wounded Rossiter staggers in. He says the operation on Evelyn wasn't botched. There should have been a sequence of operations, and she panicked and took off her bandages too soon. So a sequence, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but the law doesn't see it that way. They're after him.
Still, yeah, they're after him now. He recovers and says he wants to move to France to escape the law. He's built himself a new face with Martin's help, and now he calls himself Dr. Bernard Schuler. I think all he did was shave his beard off, actually.
The actor, yeah, it's the same
Pretend.
Guy. Yeah, pretty much.
Bernard, along with Angela and Martin, who are brother and sister, moved to France and looked for a place to hide out.
And it took us a little bit of time to figure that out.
Brother and sister?
Brother and sister. I was thinking, this is a weird couple. And because Angela seems to be sweet on Bernard Rossiter. And
Martin didn't seem to care.
Martin didn't seem to care. But aren't they married?
No,
they're siblings, yeah.
And they stop to ask directions at a circus. The little girl he talks to is all scarred up from a bomb. Bernard talks to Vanet, the owner of the circus, and offers to fix the man's daughter's face. Because, if you work at a circus and a traveling plastic surgeon comes by, you don't say no.
No, he didn't. No.
The operation on Vinay's daughter, Nicole, proceeds quickly. I think he did it right there in the stagecoach.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Give me some scissors and twine. I'll fix her up.
Pair of scissors and we're good. Yeah.
Bernard removes the bandages, and she looks great. For his next trick, he wants to buy the circus from Vinay. The circus is worthless and failing, and Bernard just wants to use it as a front. Very drunk Vinay signs the contract and then goes outside to abuse the dancing bear, who promptly mauls him to death. That was convenient.
Yeah, it was.
Bernard didn't cause it, but he didn't help rescue him either.
Mighty convenient.
Bernard goes to town and watches as a prostitute stabs and robs a man. She's got a big scar on her face, and he offers to help her look good again. She's Alyssa, and Angela does not approve of fixing her up. Bernard wants to change criminals' faces and employ them at the circus. A circus of criminals? No, a circus of beauty, he exclaims. What could go wrong?
Yeah. Well, 10 years later, the circus is very successful, and the little girl is all grown up, and the prostitute is still working for him, and more complications happen.
Yeah.
And will the police figure out who he is? They never gave up on that case.
No.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a crime caper.
Well, apparently plastic surgery could be done on a coffee table in the 60s.
Yeah.
The special effects for the various characters' scars are pretty good. But a lot of the plot itself doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's entertaining throughout.
Yeah, it was.
It's all right. It's not great. It's all right.
Very entertaining, and circus acts and stuff. And
it's the best plastic surgeon takes over a circus movie that I've seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, it's one of those circus of crime kind of deals.
Yeah, doctor with a giant ego.
Speaking of which, we have Frankenstein, Flesh for Frankenstein, 1973. Also known as Andy Warhol's Frankenstein, and also Frankenstein 3D.
Because it was done in 3D.
They had no idea what to call this thing.
And there was a period of time where Andy Warhol was a huge deal.
Yeah.
And he lent his name to a whole bunch of movies.
I think he's listed as a producer somewhere. He may have lent him some money also. I don't know.
Yeah, he kind of lent money and kind of showed up on the sets a couple times. He didn't actually do anything to direct or write or anything. No. This whole string of...
Both of these movies are Andy Warhol movies that he really had nothing to do.
Yeah, Andy Warhol's Dracula and Andy Warhol's Frankenstein. And when I was looking on IMDb, there's a bunch of them that he lent his name to or lent money to, or just
no involvement other than the name.
And it was a win-win though, because he was big and hot and cool and artsy, and everybody said, "Oh, Andy Warhol, let's go see that."
They regretted it afterwards.
Well, probably not. No.
Oh, I bet a lot of people regretted seeing these two movies. They were expecting something more serious.
Something,
Directed by Antonio Margheriti and Paul Morrissey. Written by Paul Morrissey, Tonino Guerra, and Pat Hackett. Stars Joe D'Alessandro, Udo Keir, and Delilah DiLazzaro. Delilah DiLazzaro. That's quite a name.
Yeah.
Delilah DiLazzaro.
Easy
Need
for you
more
to
L's
say.
and D's.
Yeah.
1 hour, 35 minutes. Trailer in the usual place. And the poster we've got there is for Frankenstein 3D.
The 3D version.
And there are some gratuitous 3D shots in this.
Mm-hmm. Brings the horror off the screen and into your lap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a strange and raunchy version of the Frankenstein story with lots of dark humor. They were not taking it too seriously.
No.
The doctor creates a male and female at the same time with the intention of breeding a personal race of beings that will obey only him. The visual script and direction are interesting, and the cast is a collection of strange characters. We both thought it was offbeat, weird, and entertaining.
Yeah, it is.
This is just a terrible, horrible Frankenstein movie. It's a terrible, horrible horror movie.
But it is so entertaining.
Was funny and entertaining. Yes, it's very good. I liked it.
It's so fun. Yeah.
That's what happens.
Well, as the credits roll, we watch a little boy and a little girl, Eric and Monica, operate on a doll and then put it in a guillotine. Later, we see the two children in a carriage with their mother, Baroness Katrine Frankenstein. Up at the castle, Baron Frankenstein yells at Otto about not keeping the lab clean.
It's hard to cut up dead people and keep the lab clean at the same time.
Well, we go to the lab where Frankenstein has created a perfect woman to accompany his perfect man. No. The men he's been working on are all still just bits and pieces.
He can't get it to work.
No, and he needs a head. He needs a man's head. He talks to his wife/sister. Yes, you heard that right.
It took us a while to figure that one out.
She is both. They are both. They are siblings and a married couple. And
European
the children,
royalty,
the children are their children. Yeah. Talks about he wants to send the kids away to school, but she doesn't approve. And the kids are kind of off and weird, but, Well, two young farmhands talk about Sasha wanting to become a monk. One of them is Nicholas, and Katrine calls him out for messing around with all of the women. She tells him to report to her castle tomorrow morning. Okay.
We sort of figured that she's got a special woman for him to mess around with.
Yes, herself. Well, meanwhile, Frankenstein tells Otto that he needs to find the head of a male who loves women a whole bunch.
Specifically, he needs a high sex drive.
Yes, he's got to procreate. So he needs to be the start of a whole new race, and he tells a story about his visit to a whorehouse when he was young. What he really needs is a Serbian. He's very specific,
Only a Serbian has good sex drive.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, at the whorehouse in town, Sasha and Nicholas arrive and want to play. Except Sasha's not really interested in girls. He has eyes for Nicholas.
Uh-oh.
Nicholas is oblivious to this. Well, the Baron and Otto stand outside to see who comes out. They take one look at Sasha because they think that he's with two women.
There's some kind of misunderstanding, and everybody runs out of the whorehouse at the same time except for Nicholas.
There's a lizard, and the two prostitutes that they're with freak out and run out of, and then Sasha kind of wanders out.
And they're like, "Oh, he was with two at once."
He's done. Yes, he's the one. Yeah. So they, Nicholas is incredibly drunk, and on the way home, they basically mug the two guys, take him by surprise, and take his head with a big curved hedge trimmer.
Where do you get that tool?
Very scientific way to remove a head for transplant, yeah. Well, the two villains head back to their lab and connect the head to the already assembled male body they've been building. Nicholas reports to the Baroness as ordered. She has a job for him in the bedroom.
All righty.
And then the scientists work on the woman, and she wakes up. And
go ahead.
He pulls out her organs and orgasms.
He likes playing with her organs.
Yeah, and
like spleen and liver.
It certainly looks like he's orgasming while he does it. He's not naked, but
he's weird.
He might have, yeah. But anyway, he puts her organs back inside and then just has regular sex with her. And says to Otto, "Why are you looking at me, you filthy thing? Turn around." Because Otto's watching him have sex with this half alive female that he's assembled. And then he just says that Udo Keir's Frankenstein, "To know death is to fuck life, right in the gallbladder."
There's your quote for the movie.
Yeah. So anyway, they animate the creatures, and the complication is that the new Frankenstein, the new creature, is not into women.
He's not going to do what they want.
Yeah.
Although it's called Andy Warhol's Frankenstein, Andy Warhol really had nothing to do with it other than a few visits to the set. They only used his name for advertising purposes, although there is a great deal of gaudy, tacky artwork on the walls.
He might have done some of that.
I doubt it. I bet, we'll see.
Yeah.
There are some interesting gore effects, although the color and the consistency of the blood doesn't hold up.
It's 1970s blood.
Yeah. Took us a long while to put two and two together to see if Frankenstein and Katrin were brother and sister, as well as husband and wife. It's no wonder those kids can't speak. It was filmed in 3D, and there are some very obvious shots designed to take advantage of that. Look, it's a spleen! Right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
This one is gory, sexy, funny, and just plain weird. All kinds of weird. It's not exactly what I call good, but it's definitely unusual.
It is unusual, with a strong 70s vibe running right through it.
I'm going to say it's my favorite of the week.
Yeah.
As stupid and bad as it is, it's my favorite of the week.
Yeah, I'm going with that too. Yeah. Things Will Be Different would be my second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
1974, Blood for Dracula. Came out a year after the Frankenstein movie, a.k.a. Andy Warhol's Dracula.
Huh.
Directed by Paul Morrissey, same guy. Written by Paul Morrissey, Pat Hackett, and Bram Stoker, who is rolling over in his grave. Joe D'Alessandro, Udo Keir, and Vittorio De Sica. Hour and 46 minutes.
They recycled some of the cast.
Yes, they like their group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, spoiler free, sickly Dracula must have virgin blood to survive. And apparently Italy is the only place where he can find them in these modern times.
There are no virgins in Romania. Not one.
So he and his faithful servant set off on a road trip to find one. It's another strange take on a classic horror tale with plenty of dark humor again. This one is a little on the long and slow side, but we still really both enjoyed it.
Not as good as the other one, but it was decent.
Yeah.
The whole concept, though, is Dracula needs virgin blood or he's going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't find any in Romania. You know, he wants to bite them in the neck and drink their blood.
Mm-hmm.
Children, it's not pedophile if you drink their blood. It's not like having sex with them.
Mm-hmm.
There are certainly children in Romania.
Or he could even, if he's concerned about it not being children, round up some girls or keep an eye on the village. It's like
Kidnap some children and raise them to the proper age.
Yeah, or just, there's villages and stuff nearby.
You're a freaking monster. You can do things.
And he's got the sidekick, watch this girl and this girl and this girl. And, when they mature, if you're concerned about it being kids. But it's not sex, yeah. It's blood. Yeah.
Go raid the nunnery.
That part is a stretch.
The whole concept of this movie is kind of dumb.
It's necessary for the plot, though.
Well, we watch as Count Dracula puts on his makeup and paints his blonde hair black.
And when we see him in the mirror, he's doing this in front of the mirror. He has no reflection.
Of course not. Anton, Dracula's servant, says there's not much time, and Dracula will need to relocate to Italy, where they have lots of virgins. If he doesn't get the blood of a virgin within 2 weeks, both he and his sister will die. Dracula doesn't want to leave the castle. He's kind of a homebody, but he doesn't have much choice. They put his sickly sister into her coffin. She can't go with them.
But, yeah.
And that's the last we see of the sister.
It is, yeah.
I think they just left her there to die.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they had a discussion. She said, "Oh, you must live. You go."
And they walk through the castle, and we see these 2 big fancy coffins in this room full of leaves, and it's all very ornate and pretty. Then they go in the back room for her coffin.
Yeah.
Who was the other coffin for?
Don't know.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, in Italy, a bunch of girls work in their garden, and since it's hot, Rubinia and Sapphira decide to go topless, because now it's Italian. Mario, the Italian servant, has a very New York accent.
Yeah, he does.
Hi, girls, I'm from Brooklyn.
It certainly creeps in, yeah.
Dracula and Anton stop at a place to rent a room for the night. The landlady remarks on how thin and sickly Dracula looks. They don't have any food that Dracula can eat. He's sort of a vegetarian kind of thing. What is his deal?
Oh, he can eat vegetables, and
yeah,
he can't. He's very limited on what he can eat. Just very, very few vegetables that'll agree with him, and they're not really nourishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they talk about one of the Di Fiore family who have 4 daughters that might be virgins, and this interests Anton a lot. The Marquis di Fiore and his wife discuss the rich new count who has arrived in town. The family needs money, so maybe they could marry off one of their useless daughters.
Nice.
That's their words.
Yeah.
Anton shows up at the door with a deal. The family offers them rooms at their huge house, and the Marquis really likes the name Dracula. Dracula, and can hardly stop saying it.
Mm-hmm. And this Dracula can be out during the day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
On the way out, Anton stops at a restaurant and likes a girl he sees there. She then gets hit by a car, and Anton soaks up a bunch of her blood in a piece of bread. It's tasty.
Yeah, Dracula's slurping it out of the bread. Yeah, munching the bread.
At the big house, Sapphira and Rubinia make love to Mario as a group, so they clearly aren't virgins. He points out that the family is broke and they're about to lose everything, but he prefers their 14-year-old sister, Esmeralda.
Uh-huh.
Dracula arrives at the house and makes introduction with all the girls. The girls wonder about the Count. Anton and Mario clearly hate each other. All right, so Dracula's going to marry one of the daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Which one?
Yeah, again, they don't have a single virgin in Romania.
Well, it was funny, and well, let's read the next paragraph.
Just as with the Frankenstein film, Andy Warhol had nothing to do with this other than letting the producers use his name.
I mean, the next,
Yeah.
in the synopsis.
What?
I meant the next paragraph in
Go
the
ahead.
synopsis. Yeah. Well, Sapphira brings Dracula some vegetables to eat in his room, and he talks to her about marriage and tries to confirm if she's a virgin or not. And the conversation they have is hilarious, beating around the bush. And when she says that she is, he bites her and quickly regrets it as he turns green and violently vomits it all back up. I mean, he just...
Yeah, very violently.
He vomits more than he drank, yeah. Well, meanwhile, Mario makes love to another of the sisters as they discuss aristocracy and the lower classes.
Who's going to get to these sisters first?
Yeah, Mario. Yeah. But anyway, we quickly see what happens when Dracula doesn't drink, when it's not virgin blood that he's drinking. Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway, this Dracula here goes out in the daytime and can touch the cross, although he's not happy to do either. He does refuse to eat garlic.
Mm-hmm.
So the virgin blood makes it more complicated than just biting somebody on the street. But other than that, he doesn't seem to have too many limitations.
Mm-hmm.
It's got plenty of funny bits. It's nowhere near as over the top as Flesh for Frankenstein, which shared much of the same cast and crew. I have a feeling the Dracula movie was intended as more of a comedy, and Frankenstein was meant to be more serious, and it just went off the rails.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The four sisters all look too similar. It's a little hard to tell them apart. The acting all around is exaggerated and more than a little hammy. Oh, the accents. The father and the daughters and the wife all have different accents.
Uh-huh.
The gardeners are from New York, even though New York hadn't been invented yet. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Frankenstein's definitely better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this was good. Worth checking out.
Watch one. If you like one, watch the other.
Mm-hmm.
If you hate one, you'll hate the other.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And that's it. That's all for this week. Next week, we will have 5 more horror movies. And I think we're probably going to go a little storybooky next week. We've got some fun stuff that you may have seen before in other ways.
Maybe.
Yeah, we do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Kevin.
And we'll see you next week.
See ya.